So let's start with our discussion for today. First thing that we're going to do is to first highlights the requirements for Level 1 accreditation. So we will only discuss Area 1 and 2 for this video. So let's start. So general checks for all levels. First is to check the clarity and specificity of statements. So how well articulated and ambiguous the BMGOs are, relevance and alignment, how the BMGO relates the institutional mandates, national development plans, and the needs of community and industry. And then we have the dissemination and acceptability, how widely known, understood, and embraced the BMGO is by internal and external stakeholders. If it is operational and attainment, how the BMGO is translated into concrete plans, activities, and measurable outcomes. And then for the review and revision, the process for periodic review and updating of the BMGO. So let's start with the parameter A, statement of BMGO. For the parameter A, they will check if it is well articulated. The BMGOs are well articulated. It should be specific and clearly define the institution's program, identity, and direction. It should be relevant. The BMGO is relevant to the needs of the community, industry, and national development. It should be stakeholder input, evidence that internal and external stakeholders like faculty, student, alumni, industry partners were consulted in the formulation or review of the BMGO. Okay. For parameter B under BMGO, we have dissemination and acceptability. Why dissemination? BMGO are widely disseminated through various channels, strategic planning workshop, orientation program, official publication, and digital platforms. Internal stakeholders demonstrate a clear understanding and acceptance of the BMGO and how their roles contribute to it. And then efforts are made to inculcate the BMGO in the institutional culture and values. So under parameter C, operational and attainment. So the BMGO is translated into concrete strategies, program, and activities across all functional areas like instruction, research, extension, student services. The program objective should be measurable and directly contribute to the achievement of the mission and goals. The key performance indicators under BMGO are identified to track progress towards achieving the goals. And evidence of initial outcomes and achievements should be linked to the BMGO. For the last parameter, which is parameter D, review and revision. A systematic and periodic review process for the BMGO is in place. Example, 3 to 5 years or as needed. Minutes of meeting, resolution, and other documents related to the BMGO review and revisions should be available. Okay? So, for the Area 2, Level 1, under faculty, so here are the general checks for this level. They will check the academic qualification and professional experience, wherein they will check if it is adequate and relevant to the faculty credentials, recruitment, selection, and orientation, systematic and objective processes for hiring and onboarding faculty, faculty adequacy and loading. It should be sufficient number of faculty and appropriate teaching assignments. Rank and tenure, clear and fair policies of promotion and job security, faculty development program and opportunities for continuous professional growth, professional performance and scholarly works, evaluation of teaching effectiveness, research output, and other scholarly contributions. So, for parameter A, under academic qualification and personal experience, faculty members should meet the minimum academic qualification required by CHED or TESDA for their respective program and discipline. Example, master's degree for all college faculty. Professional subjects are handled by specialists in the discipline program. Relevant professional licenses or certification are current and if applicable to this program. For parameter B under recruitment, selection, and orientation. So, a documented process for faculty recruitment and selection is in place. Recruitment criteria should include academic qualification, teaching ability, and relevant professional experience. And new faculty members should undergo a basic orientation program. For parameter C under faculty adequacy and loading, so the student-faculty ratio is within acceptable limits for effective instruction. Faculty teaching loads are determined by institutional policies and national guidelines. Example, there should have a reasonable load allowing for other functions. And then there should be an adequate number of full-time faculty for core courses. And then for parameter D, for the rank and tenure. So the policies here should be written on faculty rank, promotion, and tenure should be available. Faculty are informed of their rank and tenure status. For the last for parameter E, which is faculty development, an initial or basic faculty development program is in place. Example, support for attending some seminar and workshop. Faculty are also encouraged to pursue higher studies, and faculty are encouraged to join professional organization. And for the last parameter, which is professional performance and scholarly works, a basic system for evaluating faculty performance, example, student evaluation and peer observation. Faculty generally demonstrate satisfactory teaching performance and limited evidence of engagement in research or extension, possibly as part of degree requirements. So, hope you learn for this level 1 under area 1 and area 2, which is BMGO and faculty.